Many people thought that Sheikh Al-Husary in this recording of Surah Al-Fatiha pronounced a kaf in this word instead of qaf. So let's listen to it and see for ourselves.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط المستقيم.
So what is actually going on here? And why does it sound like this? Well, first of all, as you know, the letter qaf is one of the 7 tafkhim letters. خص ضغط قض. But the thing is, not all tafkhim cases are the same. There are degrees. The highest degree of tafkhim is when these letters are followed by an alif, like خائفة and طاب. And the lowest degree is when these letters have kasrah. And right here, these 7 letters split into 2 groups. One group of letters that have the 2 sifat or characteristics of strength and fullness. These letters, even when having kasrah, will still sound heavy and full. Like الصيام, ضياء, الطفل, الظل. But that other group of letters only have one sifa or characteristic of strength, which is الاستعلاء. The result, these 3 letters will be at an even lower degree of heaviness, or tafkhim. Actually, closer to being a light letter than being heavy, but still, they are not light. And this is what we call relative tafkhim, a state when a letter is not entirely full or heavy, but at the same time, they are not light or muraqqaq. But what does relative tafkhim actually mean in practice? Well, it means that we say khi, not khi, ri, not ri. And finally, we say qi, not qi. And this is why some people think that they heard a ki, while in reality, it is just an accurate representation of relative tafkhim applied on qaf with kasra, qi. And this is also why Sheikh Al-Husary is not the only one who applies this rule. Here is a recording of the same ayah for Shaykh Mustafa Ismail.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
And the same with Shaykh Al-Minshawy.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
And these are just some few examples. So, is this then the only word or the only case of relative tafkhim? Well, no. This is just case number 1 of relative tafkhim, which is when any of these 3 letters have kasrah on them anywhere in the word. Here are some more examples for all 3 letters. We say قيل, not قيل. غيض, not غيض. خيفة, not خيفة. So this is the first case. The second case of relative tafkhim is when these 3 letters have sukun, but the letter before them has kasrah, like يزغ, not يزغ. And in context, وَمَن يَزِغْ وَمَن يَزِغْ مِنْهُمْ عَنْ أَمْرِنَا. So it doesn't matter if you stop at the end of the word or you continue reciting, since ghain in this case has sukun and preceded by a letter with kasrah. And even if the kasrah came from the word before, we still apply relative tafkhim. وَلَكِنِ اخْتَلَفُوا, not وَلَكِنِ اخْتَلَفُوا إِلَّا مَنِ اغْتَرَفَ, not إِلَّا مَنِ اغْتَرَفَ. So we say اختلفوا, not اختلفوا. And we say اغترف, not اغترف. The third case only applies to ghain and kha, when they come as the last letter of words while being preceded by ya. When this happens, we apply relative tafkhim only when stopping at these words, like zayr, not zayr. So when stopping at this word, we would read فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ زَيْغٌ, not زَيْغٌ. But if you continue, you would simply apply the rule of full tafkhim. فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ زَيْغٌ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ. Another example for the letter kha. وَأَبُونَا شَيْخٌ, وَأَبُونَا شَيْخٌ كَبِيرٌ. So, when stopping at these words, we apply relative tafkhim. But if we continue, we normally apply the regular rule of tafkhim. Finally, there are 3 exceptions to this rule, and they all belong to the same word with different conjugations. And so, with these 3 words, we will still apply regular tafkhim, not relative tafkhim, because kha in each of these cases is followed by a heavy ra. And so, kha will regain its full regular tafkhim. متاعا إلى الحول غير إخراج. إخراج, not إخراج. The second case, وقالت اخرج عليهن, not وقالت اخرج. The third case, ثم يعيدكم فيها ويخرجكم إخراجا. إخراجا, not إخراجا. Finally, it is important to emphasize that these letters with relative tafkhim are not in a state of lightness or tarqiq. These letters must remain heavy because it is an inherent sifa or characteristic in them. And if we change this trait and turn them into light letters, then we have changed an inherent characteristic of the letter, leading to mispronouncing it. So, although relative tafkhim is the lowest degree of tafkhim, coming very close to tarqiq, its letters are not light, but they are not fully heavy letters either. That's why when hearing them, it might seem like you're hearing a letter with tarqiq or that it is a different letter, but in reality, it is the proper pronunciation as long as it is one of the cases that we've discussed in this lesson. And funnily enough, the word tafkhim itself contains a case of relative tafkhim. Do you know which case it is? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my latest books with their video courses if you want to learn the Quran in Arabic or properly learn its Tajweed. Check out the links in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, inshallah.